guys are early. Welcome everybody, my name's Steve Christensen, the ice cream bloke, self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School. Welcome to this video. It's the second of a double bubble. We are talking a little bit about whipped cream. So if you haven't looked at the first whipped cream recipe, you need to go back to the first one, have a bit of a look. I'm going to give you a little bit of a video secret, production secret here. We're doing what's called batching today. We do it in the ice cream industry. We also do it in the video industry, where we actually make two videos back to back here in the studio at our facility. And yet you're watching it several days apart, thinking that we're doing this anyway. We just filmed it, but you may have, you know what I mean. Go and have a look at the other one. Madeline will put the link down below. Boy, after all that, I do want to thank our episode sponsor, iRice & Co., Ed Fennell, Rod Oranger, the whole crew there out in Pennsylvania, makers of ice cream toppings, flavors, pastes, water ice flavors. Thank you very much for your episode sponsorship. Okay, so we have our recipe right down here, Madeline. This was what we put together. It's basically a heavy whipping cream, milk, water, sugar, vanilla recipe. And we're going to figure out, hey, what are some of the things we could do here? Now, before we do this, I do want to jump up here to show you some things that perhaps you don't need this recipe for. Okay, so the probably easiest way, and again, we're not saying the best way because every store has its own idiosyncrasies, their own needs for whipping cream. Probably the easiest way is to buy it in a can. So you've got your general Ready Whip here. The Ready Whip folks come to the show every single year, ConeCon, and most of us know what this is like. I'm going to give you a heads up here. Please don't do a sideways discharge, always vertical. It has beautiful holding. It's got well balanced sugars. It's a good product. Now, the beauty of using something like this, now I'm going to tell you, it's not overly gourmet and customers can buy it at the store. So you may say, well, I want to give my customers something pretty unique. But that being said, you're going to go through tons and tons of these. And so it's easy. You get it in, you discharge it, you put it out. This is fat-free. So you may have some customers that, may have that interest in having some other options for whipping cream. Looks beautiful, that's our fat-free. Here's a can that is 0 sugar. So again, it's very difficult to be able to do this with one other dispenser. So we'll do a sugar-free. Looks great. And then finally, we've got a non-dairy with coconut milk. We'll do a bit of a taste test here and kind of see where we're at so far as, boy, this one's a little bit colder than the others. So there are our options. We've got our Ready Whip. Most people know what Ready Whip tastes like. We're gonna have a little bit of taste anyway. Ooh. Beautiful Ready Whip. Let's do a bit of the fat-free. Still very creamy, nice sweet taste, sugar-free. Much more muted sugar, still a little sweetness there. And the last of which is our coconut. I love coconut. I spent over a year in the Cook Islands. I could do coconuts every single day. Not everybody likes the back note of coconut. So there are some options for you. I think the beauty of the Ready Whip program is that, or something similar, you can buy similar products. Conagra do a great job of packaging this up. There's also a Swiss Miss Ready Whip that's available for commercial businesses as well. A lot of different options, probably a little bit less on the gourmet homemade scale, but very high on the ease of use scale. Okay, for this one, we're using the recipe that we made in the previous video. Now we're kind of looking a little bit more of your, what the English called, what do they call it again? What's the word where it's custom made? It'll come back to me at the end of the episode. As soon as we say, keep on scooping, it'll go. Custom, bespoke cream recipe. So the very easy way you can do it, and a lot more kind of rustic, would be just to simply take this, pour it in the bowl down here, whisk it, and actually just dollop it on the sundae. And if you're a farm to table, farm to cup, cow to cone kind of place, it kind of does look a little bit more rustic and natural to kind of make it in a bowl. It'll have about a 24-hour shelf life, and you can basically just dollop it on the sundae. You've also got options like this, which is primarily an icing gun. I've seen stores actually put their fresh whipping cream in the icing gun and basically just kind of push it down like this until it goes down through. It's an easier way of dispensing without any propellants. I don't know, it's a way to do it. I don't know too many stores that are doing it this way. I do know I have seen stores that kind of like that dollop process. Moving along now to what we would call, I guess, an ISI. This is an Eco Will, but this is a charged whip canister. The beauty of this is that you can use your own custom whipped cream recipe, whether it's chocolate or your standard. It does make a beautiful presentation. People can tell that when the stainless canister comes out, you know, the store's gone to a lot of thought and effort and extra labor. There are some challenges with this though. So what we're going to do here is take our whipped cream mixture, and on the side you'll see that there is a fill to line. You don't want to go over the fill to line. You'll be in a world of hurt. This is only 1 pint. So we're going to put the canister on, or the lid on. I do want to stress right here that there is a gasket. I think it's a little bit problematic that this is clear. You really need to make sure that gasket is on, because when you charge up the canister and the gasket isn't on, you're going to have whipped cream going everywhere. This goes on top. We'll put it into place, and now we're ready for our canister. Now, this is Ultra Pure brand. We can put it in the link down below. It's nitrous oxide, pure nitrous oxide. And I've had store owners say to me, hey, you know, I'm concerned about using this in case my employees huff it or whip it. And I'm going to say, if that's your concern, you've got a much bigger problem than just whipped cream. I think you'd better go back to the drawing board so far as hiring is concerned. We're going to take the canister here, or the holder, off. We're going to drop this down into there, like that. And you'll see that there's a pin here that will pierce the end of the canister, the N2O canister, or the nitrous oxide canister. And put that in there. As soon as the thread starts to grab, I turn it upside down so the cream actually pushes, the nitrous oxide pushes through the cream. You should be able to hear it. Yeah. It's like aliens screaming. Anyway, once your canister is charged, you'll need to shake it up a little bit. I'm going to tell you right now that once it's whipped up, it will stay whipped up. Don't shake this every time you pick it up out of the refrigerator. Again, this needs to stay cold, I should say. In the refrigerator, underneath the under-counter refrigeration, it's important that this stays cold. The employees, guys, love to pick this up and kind of, give it a bit of a shake every time a pretty girl walks in, and you'll end up churning butter. So you can't over churn this. Now, another nice thing too is they have some nice different discharging nozzles. This is a rosette cap, but the system comes with a couple of nice ones. And we'll go right down here, again, totally vertical, and you've got this beautiful rosette type situation. That is nice and sweet. Let's give it a taste. This was our custom recipe. Beautiful. Nice and sweet. Excuse me. It looks really good. I mean, you've got this beautiful sundae being built. You bring this out. Big challenge here is that this takes quite a bit of time to change over. So if this either runs out of charge, you can't just put another cartridge in. You've got to change the whole thing out. If it runs out of cream and you've still got charge in there, you've got to make sure you don't have an explosion. So it's really important when you're discharging this to kind of pull this lever down and dispense everything into the sink so that there's no propellant left. Because if you undo this cap while the charge is still in it, boom, you've got whipped cream everywhere. I really like them. I think they look great. But if you're in a really busy store, the changeover can be quite problematic. Now, similar system here is our rocket system. It doesn't work on the canisters per se. It works on a tank, an NCO, why do I keep saying NCO? N2O, or nitrous oxide tank. So a similar kind of deal, you're actually unscrewing this like you would a regular ISI or whipped cream canister. Your whipped cream goes in here, and then you're basically putting this back together again. One lead or one line goes to the nitrous oxide tank, and the other goes out to this gun. So you've got to shake it up, and now you've got a little whipped cream gun. So you can actually kind of whip cream A lot more consistently. You've got a lot more servings out of this. This is the smaller of the two. So it gives you kind of this system over here with a little bit more longevity. I think the same problem's going to happen is that when you change it over, you're going to have to, there's a bit more mess and mucking around and it's not as quick and efficient. Now the last delivery system, bit of an investment, but it's an amazing piece of equipment. It's a whipped cream machine. Okay, so the last, more expensive, but more long-term, quicker, easier solution is a whipped cream machine. Now this is a whipped cream machine from our good friends at PASMO. Well, I should say Frozen Desserts, Frozen Solutions is the cup people, the multi-change spoon, color changing spoon people. PASMO runs out of the same facility. Great little machine. Now here's the thing, I'll give you a bit of an overview or run through of this. A little bit more expensive to do. This one here and ones like it, and I hate throwing numbers out because people watch this video years later and blah, blah. But you're looking at somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 for the investment in this. The beauty is this machine's gonna last you literally 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. You don't need to worry about changing out tanks because it has its own tank in here. So this looks like a 1 quart, 1.5 quart tank that we've sanitized. We're actually going to pour our whipped cream mixture in it, so our custom mixture. And this is what I was talking about before, so far as making sure that you get rid of all of those ice, not ice, what am I talking about? Sugar granules. You don't want to have anything in here that's undissolved sugar. It will get caught in the system or the labyrinth. So you've got your tank here. The unit's plugged in, this stays refrigerated. You don't have to keep this in the fridge. Stays in here the whole day. You can take it out at the end of the day. I've got a gauge here that allows me to choose my overrun if I want a highly whipped product or I want maybe a more dense product. And once that mixture's in there, she's ready to go. We go to the front of the machine here and we've got a few different options. When we wash the unit or sanitize the unit, we hit wash. It just rotates without refrigeration. And then you've got your auto unit where it starts to chill down the mix. And then you can pick different sizes. You can pick small, medium, or large. So it's simply one press and you're way to go. Or you can press manual, which means you hold this button down and it dispenses as much whipped cream as you want. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is press auto. What that does, it starts the refrigeration system up. The unit's chilling down. You can see our little whipped cream buddy there with the smile is charging up. And then when it tells us it's ready, we can start dispensing the cream. Now, we've just sanitized it, so much like a soft serve machine or a batch freezer, we'll need to purge the first little bit out. Look at that. Now, we're not going to use that because it's got the sanitizer on the bottom. But have a look at that beautiful dispensing. So I just press small there. We'll do that one again without the sanitizer in it. We'll press small. Oh, you can't tell me that's not beautiful. It's artistic, it holds well, and I can adjust the overrun. I don't get to adjust the overrun on the whipped cream cans or that charged canister. Again, beautiful custom whipped cream that's unique to your store, our store. Can be chocolate, can be vanilla, could be really any flavor that you want. We're going to run this unit through its paces in the coming videos, but I just wanted to get in front of you and say, hey, these are the things, your different options. One is much on the easier side with very little expense. This is a little bit more of an investment, but don't just kind of look at the price tag on a whipped cream machine and say, oh, well, that's kind of way priced out of my kind of budget. Because this is an investment. This is speed of service, it's quality of product, it's presentation that in the grand scheme of things can be a little bit lower on some of those, other mechanisms. Anyway, I'm interested in what type of whipped cream dispensing you do, and share with us some of the issues, some of the things you like, some of the things you don't. Happy to answer more questions on whipped cream. It's a huge part of our industry, honestly. So it's important to have this discussion because as this season comes up, topping your ice cream off with something as beautiful as this, very, very important from a marketing standpoint as well as a presentation standpoint. Again, thank you to iRice for your episode sponsorship. That's all we have for this one. It's a long one, but hopefully you found it interesting. Keep on scooping. See you in the next one.